Gotta put the game face on. Pretty upset with myself right now. In this phone. Recording video. Good ways into it. Camera decides to stop recording and says, fuck you. You've run out of space. I only had one other video on the phone at the time. It's 30 minutes long, but still the only thing that's on this phone. Pretty upset about that. Now I need this long, drawn out intro to get me flowing again, because I was, like I said, pretty upset about this. Ready to not do this now. Okay, we're good. I'm going to talk about it. Probably going to get a more condensed version of what I was talking about. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I guess you guys can decide. Man, that fucking sucks. Alright, so anyway, I've talked about cylinder reinforcement, I've talked about block guards, I've talked about cylinder support system, I've talked about sleeving, I think a whole bunch of times. But every now and again I get a question about an alternative theory, alternative route to the three major things, because I'm not counting the block guard, because I don't think that's a route at all to take. I don't care. Fight me. You're not going to change my mind on that. Go to cylindersupportsystem.com and read the description at the fucking beginning. Even before I knew about these guys were already agreeing on that. So anyway, I'm going to leave those videos in at the end, the link, so you can go and talk, you can watch those and you can hear my detailed explanation on that, so that way we do not have to repeat that here. We're going to repeat some of it though. Okay, so I've been asked a couple times on different materials for block filling, like filling out the block. I've been asked a couple times about block posting, which is like drilling these posts through your block and to like be spiderweb like beams to reinforce your cylinders that way. And a couple other things that I've forgotten. No, I wouldn't suggest it. I'm not telling you not to do it. Like a block guard, I've beaten that with a baseball bat and said, don't do it, it's stupid. I'm not going to tell you the other things are stupid though. I'm not going to say anything against those. You want to use block posting or block fillers, or fuck it. You know what, if you want to use a fucking block guard, go ahead. Who am I to tell you not to? I will tell you not to in those other videos, but I'm not going to tell you not to here. Do whatever the fuck you want at the end of the day. It's your engine. Do whatever. Alright, if you're looking for my opinion here, you're asking me my opinion, I would tell you. The reason why I don't think that I would use anything other than like there's two options, and really only one for me, because I'm a cheap bastard, is, it's pretty much cylinder support system. Why would I use anything else when cylinder support system is rated at the minimum for 700 horsepower, and it's cheaper than buying a set of brand new pistons? They're like, oh, well, Chris, I got to ship it out, and that costs money. Yeah, but shipping a block, especially a bare one, doesn't cost as much as you would think. It's less than $100, maybe like $80. I think maybe even less. I don't remember. But anyway, I've shipped enough to where I know that even a complete short block assembly is like $140 across the country, from here to Oregon. On the map, it's like you don't get any further away unless you're in Alaska, on continental U.S. So if you're looking at, even if you're shipping both ways, you're still looking at the price of reinforcement for a 700 horsepower capable block is cheaper than the cost of brand new pistons. So go with that, And I know that the big thing is that people are, when it comes to going that extra step and shipping something out, they don't want to do that, because you don't want to wait and you don't want to take the extra time to take it to the post office or take it to the FedEx or whatever. But we got to get past that a little bit of a stigma. Got to get past that, man. Shipping there's not that big a deal about it. I think it's an excuse to people. It's an easy way to make an excuse. Well, I would, but I got to ship and I don't want to do that because the extra cost or whatnot. It's not that big a deal, guys. It really isn't. I think that there's a lot of missed opportunity because of that kind of laziness there. For example, my job. The only way you can get hired at my job is to apply online. It makes ridiculously good money. The lowest paid person on the company on average is like $15 or $16. A lot of people would consider that high pay. And it's a lot of times easier than a lot of jobs out there that people are doing, making minimum wage. But you can tell them, well, how do I apply, or where do I go for an interview or whatnot? You got to apply online. I gotta apply online. I gotta have a resume. Oh man, I don't know. I guess that when these companies are doing that, they're weeding out a lot of people that are extremely lazy, just because you can get very good wages, but if you don't want to take the step to make a basic resume, it doesn't have to be huge, and you don't want to take the step to apply online, and you're killing your own opportunity. So when it comes to shipping out a cylinder block for 700 or 800 horsepower, if you're not willing to take that step to ship, then I guess and you're building a 500, 600, or 700 horsepower block, then I don't know, man. And I guess with cylinder resleeving or whatnot, you could buy liners and then take it to a machine shop and have them insert it for you. So there's that. So you don't have to send it anywhere, but you still got to wait for those liners to be mailed to you or whatnot, and then trust to get a reputable machine shop to do the work. And it's going to be expensive regardless, because you got to pay, I think, maybe $500-$600 for cylinder sleeves, and then you got to pay whatever the labor is for the machine shop to put it in. So you're already looking at more than what you're looking at with cylinder support system. And if you're the kind of person that doesn't want to send it out, I'm doubting you're the kind of person that's really going to go spend all the money you need for all the parts to make 700 or 800 horsepower. Another reason why I don't look at other cylinder supporting things or a different way to go, despite the fact that I like to do what people don't normally do, like the K28-3 for example. Most people will look at it and say it's a shit engine, a waste of time. I don't think so. I think that there are things that you can do that are very cost effective to make it a competent engine, especially with the price of K-swaps being down. So, when you're talking about block fillers or block posting or any other thing that's not cylinder support system or a re-sleeving in general, I'm just going to say no, because stock sleeves, generally speaking, for most engines, you're looking at 500 horsepower. For some engines, especially the newer ones, you're looking at 600 horsepower, 700 horsepower. So if my stock sleeves can take 500 horsepower, which is still a big number, guys, then why would I do anything at all? I just leave it exactly how it is. I think that the problem is, guys, is that we've been desensitized to high horsepower builds. I've talked about this a whole bunch of times on the channel, where 10 years ago, 300 horsepower, 400 horsepower is big numbers. Now you got NA fucking Ks out there making 450 plus horsepower. So, we've just been desensitized to what is considered high power. And I promise you, if you've never experienced 500 horsepower or even 400 horsepower, even 300 horsepower for that, in one of these lightweight chassis that the Hondas have, that you're in for something else. You're in for a treat. You'll make that 500 horsepower and you're like, holy Jesus, this is fine. And it will be for a long time. And then, of course, at that point, you have the power. You just need to refine the chassis to refine your driving ability, and you'll be making some seriously low number passes. So, so me personally, I'm not going to tell you how to do it, but I'm going to say, look, this is the reason why I would consider nothing else but these options, because 500 horsepower at a minimum for most engines is stock sleeves without any modification, and then 800 horsepower for $395 or 700 horsepower for $325. Why would I do anything else? I guess this is something that's subject to change in the future. If somebody comes out on the market with something that's beating cylinder support system on price and on guarantee, but I just don't see it happening. There are so many more people that are just jumping on board. Same thing like with 4-piston in their heads. So many people jumping on board what we know is already cost effective and it works. So if you have some stuff laying around and you just want to experiment, I never want to tell people not to experiment. I like experimenting all the time. I have something else that, some things that I'm keeping secret that may come up, and I'll tell you later on, and I'll be evil about it. That was an experiment, but I was waiting for a success or failure before I told you about it. So there's that. Do whatever you want to do, but have a good reason for it. But if you're just doing it because, or you're just trying to do something alternative because you're trying to skirt unsafe money, then I frown upon that one a little bit. If you're doing something crazy out of the norm because you just want to see what happens, by all means do it. If you're doing something crazy out of the norm because you're being cheap, then usually it's going to end in a bad way, and I would suggest not to do it. But again, for the millionth time already, do whatever you want. It's your engine build. Yeah, so that's it. Now, you got my take on that, and just I'm going to plug in those videos at the end, and you can go see more descriptions on why I think what is what, if I haven't already came across in that one, in this one. So, yeah. Guys, I know this wasn't the video I said I was going to do next, but I still need more time on that. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and peace.